Hello, welcome back. Expectations. Now, expectations can really change the way we see the world. Let me give you a couple of examples. So, something that I used to do a lot of is um, I would check the reviews of different places, hotels, and locations for holidays. I'd like do loads of research before booking anything, and then um, just to ensure that we were going to have the best holiday possible with the resources we had. And usually, like the holidays were fine, like had a good time. But then I remember, like before all that, when I was I think 18, my friends invited me to go to Cuba, and I'd done zero research. And I knew a little bit about the political side, but I knew nothing else. And that was it. I didn't even know what it looked like. So when we went there, like I was like a little child. Like everything was amazing. Like looking at all the old buildings and those big American cars. And then when we drove our rental car to the Bay of Pigs and I saw the Caribbean for the first time, I was just blown away. Like, I didn't know that anything could look so beautiful and untouched. It was a really special feeling. Now, had I researched all that, I feel like it would have still been a good time, but I don't think I would have had that sense of awe, like that being blown away by how good things were. Now, another side of expectations is that you set the tone for um, for the experience, and so like you can, it's easy to be disappointed. So you can set your expectations really high, and then if the thing is just fine or not good, then the amount of disappointment is way bigger than it could have been. Like if you go in with no expectations or low expectations, it's way easier to have a nice surprise. Um, and it's beautiful when that happens. So there's one last aspect I'd like to talk about, and that is with people. So if you think about someone you've never met and your friend or coworker is talking about this person, maybe they say nice things, maybe they say not so nice things. I learned from an experience recently where I had a certain impression of a person, and I I felt that this person was nice, but had a lot of concerns and a lot of worries, and um, kind of suggested that they might be difficult to work with. And I passed this information on to someone else, and so then their mind was like ready with the information I'd given them. But then they found that when they met this person, their experience of meeting that person and working with them was completely different to mine. So it's kind of like, well, maybe in that situation, maybe I was the problem. Um, but also maybe me setting those expectations was unhelpful because the other person was prepared for a certain kind of person they were going to meet, and then it didn't turn out that way. So I think we need to be careful about what we tell people about someone else or even something else. It could be a movie. You could tell them that like, oh, this is the greatest movie ever. You gotta go see it. And then they see it, and because they're different than you, they don't like it, or it wasn't as impressive. Or it could go the other way. You tell them, oh, that's an awful movie. And then they watch it, and then they discover, what are you talking about? It's an amazing movie. So I think, one, keep your expectations to yourself is probably a good idea. And then two, try to go into new situations and meeting new people with low or no expectations. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised in many cases. And for the bad times, they're probably not going to be as bad as they would be if you set the bar really high. So keep your expectations low or um, or not at all. And I think you're gonna get a lot more satisfaction. All right, that's all I gotta say. But feel free to let me know what you think. What's your experience? And I'll see you in the next one.